Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video that I'm really excited about because I've wanted to do something like it for quite a while now, and I've just kind of been trying to figure out how I want to go about it, but I finally think I have like a little structure, so I'm starting that today. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe. I've been posting a lot more this summer, and if you guys like videos like these, I'm hopefully going to be doing more, as well as my usual fashion, lifestyle, beauty, vlog videos, so totally subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so today I'm starting a new series on my channel. You guys helped me figure out the name. I'm going to call it Tasha Talks, I think. Hashtag Tasha Talks, most likely. So basically what this series is going to be is me picking more personal, relatable topics. Kind of, it can be as broad or as narrow as we want it to be. I pick a topic, I'm going to kind of talk about my personal experience with it, and then I'm going to bring in your guys' experience. So I'm normally going to be posting on my Instagram story and asking you guys to DM me about that. So if you guys aren't already following me on Instagram, you totally should if you want to be included in videos like these in the future. Or if you just want to follow me, that would be great. It's just at Tasha. Anyways, so I'm going to be picking a topic, and then like I said, talk about my experience, and then I'm going to get a lot of DMs from you guys, hopefully, about the topic. These can range from your experiences, your thoughts, or just questions you have for me about the topic. I see a lot of YouTubers doing advice videos about things that they've personally experienced, but I think it's really cool to kind of get your guys' perspective on these experiences as well, because I have so many of you guys with so many experiences that I personally don't have, maybe or maybe I do, and I think it just gives a whole nother level of insight on topics, and it also kind of brings you guys in and allows you guys to interact more directly, that's the word I'm looking for, more directly in my videos. And I also just love when I post a video and get like a lot of comments and have like a conversation in the comments. So I thought a video like this would definitely, I don't know what word I'm looking for again, it would definitely allow that to happen and allow you guys to kind of start community in the comments section as well. Sorry, I feel bad that I'm talking so much in the beginning of this, but I did kind of talk about what made me come up with this concept in a video a few videos back. It was like an update video or something. I go to USC, in case you guys don't know, and I took a class on social media, and for our final project we had to write a paper, like a research style paper on something to do with social media that we hadn't talked about in class. So I decided to write about social media's effect on romantic relationships, and ultimately wrote about its negative effect. And I had actually asked you guys on my Instagram story for any of your experiences with that topic. I didn't think I was going to get a lot of responses, but I got a ton, and it really helped me write my paper, and I really thought it could be a cool way to make a whole like video series. So that's kind of what this series is. Sorry about that long intro, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know what kind of inspired me for this. Yeah, so today's topic is going to be exactly that topic I wrote my paper on, because I got a ton of DMs from you guys then, and I also got a lot of DMs just from people saying, hey, can you publish your paper? I would love to see what you write about. And my paper is like super boring, so I figured this would be a more fun way to talk about my findings and then kind of tell you guys about my experiences as well. So I personally don't have a ton of experience in this topic, just because I have not dated someone seriously since high school until around now. So for the last few years I just haven't been like seriously dating any specific person, so I don't really have experience, you know, saying like, oh, I did this to my relationship, because I haven't had like substantial romantic relationships. That sounds so sad and pathetic, but you know, that's the truth. I, however, have had things with guys, or been like talking to guys, or casually seeing guys, and of course, in this day and age, it's so easy to just like stalk them on social media. That sounds so creepy, but just like always know what they're doing with like stories, Snapchat stories, Instagram stories. You can see where they are, exactly when. You can see whose photos they're liking. You can see who's liking their photos. You can see who they're Snapchatting, like all this stuff. And like, I'm really not the type of person that will go in-depth stalking and look at these things, because honestly I'd rather not see, because a lot of the times it's probably nothing and I wouldn't want to like work myself up about it and like go psycho on the inside. So I really try not to look at things that I think could potentially make me crazy. But sometimes you just do it and it's kind of like the domino effect. Once you look at one thing, you can't stop and you're looking at everything and you're obsessing. So I've definitely been there. Or they would like ghost me, and so I'd be like, what are they doing? Like why'd they ghost me? Like what's wrong with me? And then I would like go and see that they're dating someone else from social media. So yeah, I don't have a ton of experience like I said, but I definitely can relate to a lot of the things you guys did send me, and I've definitely done them, or I know people that have done these things or felt these things. So let's dive in to what you guys had to say. Okay, one of the big things that I got a lot of messages about was just the fact that your significant other either follows or likes really like hot Instagram models' photos all the time, and that makes you feel super insecure and just like uncomfortable. I'll read you an example. Hey girlie, I definitely think it has. My question was, has social media affected your romantic relationships? I definitely think it has, because my boyfriend of over a year follows a lot of Instagram models who are all gorgeous and so fit and hot, and it's hard on me to see him following all these girls because I get so self-conscious, like I'll never look like them, and it's hard knowing that when you're not with your boyfriend, he spends his time looking at these perfect girls. So I did get a lot of messages about this, and I think this is such a new phenomenon that no other generation has really experienced, just because we have all of these people at our fingertips posting pictures of them looking their absolute best, and it's people that a lot of the times you wouldn't just see in real life, like unless you live in Los Angeles or go to where these people hang out, you wouldn't really see them, and you know, your significant other would never really see them, so you wouldn't really feel like jealous from it. And it's kind of a tricky situation, at least for me. Like I would feel, or I do feel weird if I feel jealous about a guy I like, you know, following like Alexis Ren or something, or liking her photos. I'm like, why do I feel jealous? He's never gonna be like dating her or talking to her. And I feel like a hypocrite because I like Brody Jenner's photos, but I think it's kind of a double standard on guys. But yeah, it definitely is tough to see like, oh, that's what he likes, you know, and seeing someone that you look nothing like. And I know that's really tough, and I've definitely experienced that, but I think you just need to like stay true to yourself and know, okay, my boyfriend is dating me, and okay, he might be liking these photos, but he's still dating me. So yeah. Okay, another kind of topic that I received a lot of was that people feel like their relationship has to be put on social media in order to be validated, and it has to be as perfect as other relationships that they've seen. So let me read you a DM that I got that kind of like encompasses this well. Sometimes you feel like things you do with your other half is for the sake of showing off and posting it on social media. But if you don't post these kinds of things, people might start talking about how you guys haven't been as close or might break up soon and shit. Since when has the entire Instagram been a part of the relationship? But yeah, it's just tiring having to remember to do something for the gram. And then another one I got that's kind of like a similar idea is, he was more focused on putting every inch of our relationship on social media rather than enjoying each other. And when I say everything, I mean down to every detail, day we started dating, anytime we did something together, and every argument we might have had. He was more concerned with what everyone thought about the relationship than actually enjoying it privately. This was something that kind of surprised me, because I totally know that this happens with like influencer couples, or you know, like Instagram famous couples. They feel like they have to be posting all the time because they have such a big following that follows them for their relationship. So I definitely was familiar with that, but I never thought about it happening with like real life people. I guess you are seeing these things that these goal couples are doing, and you're kind of like, okay, like that's what I want. I should be having the best relationship that I can and that I can have for myself. So why is my relationship not like this? Like, why does it not look like this? But I can totally tell you, as like a YouTuber influencer perspective, that so many of these photos are completely set up. Like, couples would be fighting right before they took the photo, and then in the photo, of course, it looks all perfect and happy. And I think it's way more important to make sure you're actually happy in your relationship rather than making it look happy. And I know you can see all of these couples that look so perfect, but I can promise you that that's not how it is all the time. They probably took like 50 photos to get one that they liked. Yeah, just focus on your own relationship and try not to compare it too much to what you see online. Okay, so the next thing I want to go into is probably the most common response that I received. It's definitely a thing that happens to so many people, but a lot of us don't want to talk about it. So I thought it would be the perfect kind of thing to bring up here. So basically, people were saying that they feel like their significant other is hiding them, or vice versa, because they don't post about them a lot on social media, or they don't post about their relationship a lot. And this is kind of like contrasting with the last thing I said. Instead of someone always wanting to show off the relationship, it's the complete opposite. They don't post anything about it, and it leaves that other person feeling like, do they not want people to see that we're dating? Are they trying to hide me so that they can talk to other people on social media? I'm posting with them all the time. Why aren't they doing the same for me? So I'm gonna read you guys some DMs that I got about this. My boyfriend would get really mad if I didn't post him on my Insta/Snap story often, or even post pics of him on Insta. He'd get jealousy issues and think I was trying to hide him, when the real case was I never touched my phone when I was with him, etc. And then I also have an example of the girl feeling upset. My ex and I have been broken up for a while, but when we were at the stage of broken up but trying to work things out and get back together, he would constantly post pictures with other girls and would never post any with me because people did not know we were seeing each other. Sounds dumb, but true story. So the picture posting would start a lot of arguments between us since he didn't like when I would post with other guys. And then I have another one that kind of combines the first Instagram model thing with this one. So it says, when I started dating my boyfriend, I was aware he had had a previous girlfriend. She's gorgeous and smart, and we do not look alike. I had noticed from the beginning that he had photos of her on his social media, but he never tried to post a picture of us. For a long time, I kept it hidden from him. I would beat myself up with ideas like he's embarrassed by me or he doesn't want his friends to know he's dating me. I would say the best thing to do in that situation, if you really are bothered, would obviously just bring it up. And I know that's so uncomfortable, and I am one of the least confrontational people that I know. I really am trying to work on that, but it's so hard, especially when you know it's something like so little as a social media post. You don't want to seem like crazy. If it really is bothering you, I think the best thing to do is bring it up, and that way you will either solve the problem or find out why it's happening. Just maybe try to bring it up if it's like coming up in conversation, I guess. Next time, if you post a photo with your boyfriend or your girlfriend and they don't post it or they don't post anything, you could be like, hey, like, why don't you ever post these photos, or something like that. I know it's awkward, guys, but you just gotta like rip the band-aid. Okay, and the last response I kind of got was more in the way that social media allows you to be constantly checking up on people. I kind of talked about this earlier, but especially with a few recent updates, it's been crazy. And like I said earlier, it can kind of just be like the domino effect. Like once you start doing it, you can't stop. So I'm going to read you guys a few DMs I got about this. My boyfriend was basically obsessed with knowing what was on my social media as well as what I was using it for. He was emotionally abusive as well, so I mean that obviously played a role in the obsession, but he used to interrogate me when he realized I was active on social media or when he realized I had it open, up until I completely stopped using apps like Twitter or Facebook. I was beginning to tone down the use of my Instagram as well. And then another one. This sounds ridiculous, but on Snapchat you can see the last time they were on Snapchat / their Snap score getting higher. So he called me out almost every day for ignoring him and prioritizing other people. So it just got to a really unhealthy point where he was way too insecure about me talking to other people before him. I eventually ended things. And then one more little short one to kind of finish off this little section. LOL, seeing your boyfriend's Snapchat Maps location when he lied and said he was home. So yeah, there have been updates to these apps lately that have made knowing when people are on social media and for how long they're on social media and where they are and what they're doing super easy to track, and it scares me, and I don't have any of those features enabled, just not because I'm hiding anything, but just because I think it's a little bit much. I'm not a huge Snapchat user. I do have Snapchat and I'll post stories like once in a blue moon. I'll put my Snapchat down below in case you guys want to add me, but I don't have Snap Maps on, mainly because I have one Snapchat account. I'm like holding up so many fingers. One Snapchat account, and I don't really know who adds me. I don't want random people to know where I'm at. But I don't think I would have it on if it was a private account either. It's just not something that I want. And then in terms of being active on social media, I know Instagram recently rolled out a feature where you can see people in your DMs and see the last time they were active on Instagram. But I disabled mine, so I can't see that anymore, which is good. I don't really want to see what people are on, because then it's like, oh, this person was active 5 minutes ago, but they didn't like my photo that I posted 2 hours ago. And that's just not a headspace I want to be in. I try to stay away from things that will make me like go crazy. Also, like that following tab where you can see the people who you're following, what they like. I try to stay away from that. So I know that can be really hard to resist, and sometimes you really do want to see what they're liking because you do want to confront them about it. But so those are the topics that I got DMs from you about, or the majority of them. And now I think for the rest of the video, I'm just going to answer some of your questions that I got from you guys about this topic. Hey Tasha, I want to know your opinion on making a relationship very public on social media. Do you see more pros or cons from doing so? Well, I guess I'll answer this firstly for like myself. I would not want to make a relationship very public. Saying that, I would post photos with the person and I would like tag them and whatnot, but it would never be to the point where if we broke up, I would not want people asking me what happened to my boyfriend or what happened with my relationship for like the next 3 years, you know? Like, I know YouTubers who have been in relationships and they made them super public online, and then they broke up and didn't want to share the info with the entire world. But people wouldn't take no for an answer and would start making up their own ideas about what happened, and neither party would get privacy within the breakup, and it's just not something that I would want for myself or for a partner. So obviously I would share some things, but not a lot. In terms of for other people, I think it's totally up to you. If you want to put your relationship out there, if you are that type of person, then totally go for it. Just know that, like I said, it might have repercussions if you stop posting with them for some reason. But if you don't want to put your relationship out there, that's cool too. It's your relationship, and I think it's totally up to what you want to do with it, how much you want to post about it. It's your profile, it's your relationship, so yeah. Okay, next question. Is it bad to get sad when your boyfriend likes other girls' pictures? I kind of touched on this before, and I see this all the time. Not even like boyfriends, but just guys that I've like talked to or like even just flirted with or like went on one date with. I'll see them liking other people's pictures and I'll be like, meh. But I definitely do still like feel jealous and stuff if they are liking girls' pictures who they have like previously hooked up with or something like that. Like, I definitely get jealous, but then it's like an awkward thing. Like, I don't know if I would want to call them out on that because it's just tricky. And then I have had so many people be like, I saw that my boyfriend was liking his ex's photos and then come to find out he was cheating on me with her. So I guess sometimes like maybe you should say something. I don't know. I think it's I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not even giving advice here. Like, I feel the same way. Like, I am also one of those people that will see certain people liking something and I have chose to just like be chill about it. But if it's something where I had suspicions about it, I would definitely have to like investigate the situation. Okay, next question. I already read this one before and I have an interesting answer for this one. So, do you lurk on the guys that you talk to? Like, look through their likes, comments, likes on Twitter, all that. Why or why not? And if yes, is there any time that sticks out the most? Okay, like I said, I really don't do this anymore. I stopped myself from doing this just because I feel like it's never helped me and I just really don't want to see things. But I do have one example, and I highly doubt that this guy is watching this. If he is, hey, here's me finally coming clean. So I dated someone in high school, and at the time I was so shy. My first relationship, didn't really know how to talk to guys, didn't really know how to be in a relationship. I have problems opening up to people in general and trusting people, so it was honestly like, looking back, barely a relationship. Also at the time, at least in our area, Twitter was super popular, so everyone from my area and like my high school and the high school he went to would like tweet all the time. So I one time decided just to look at his likes on Twitter, because if you guys don't have Twitter, it's so easy to do. It's like literally right on their profile. It's like tweets, favorites, or I think it might be likes now. Tweets, likes, and like maybe one other tab. And one day I was just like, oh, I wonder like what he's been liking on Twitter. And I went in and he literally was liking porn images, like full on straight up naked porn stars. And okay, you guys can see me, like I don't have big boobs, like I don't look like a porn star, I don't think. So that was weird and it really bothered me and it made me feel pretty insecure, but it was something that I never brought up because I was like, I don't want him to know that I'm looking at his favorites, but I also don't even know how to bring that up. And it just made me feel like I wasn't good enough, and I know that's how a lot of people feel. Sorry, it's not funny, I'm just laughing because this is so awkward and I can't believe I'm like saying this on YouTube, but I want you guys to know I'm relatable and I have experience and stuff. So yeah, if he's watching this, I see you, and I never said anything, but yeah. So with that, I think that's the end of this video. I hope you guys found it entertaining. I had a lot of fun filming it and obviously reading all of your DMs and your responses. I think it's a super cool way to interact with you guys and also kind of learn more and see more sides of topics that are super relevant in today's culture. If you guys have any feedback on how this video was structured, or if you liked it, didn't like it, how you think I should do it in the future, as well as if you guys have any topics that you want me to talk more about, please leave them in the comments and feel free to start like little conversations down there. It will totally help me making videos like this in the future. And yeah, I think that's it. As always, I love you guys and stay tuned for my next video. Bye!